Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Salt of the Earth. So I spent some time getting the lion's share already to sort of be the community that I stream with whenever we officially release Update 30 Forever Communities, so I could take them on a legacy, show them going through the process of completing their campaign but still sticking around as a cohesive community. They're all set up for that, and they're in the nightmare zone because, you know, we like seeing me get into enormous amounts of trouble. And so actually, but I just realized I've got another stream to host before Update 30 comes out. Today I'm going to be streaming an interview. While I play the game, I'll be streaming an interview with Jonathan Eric, who is our expert in user research. We'll be finding out how surveys work, how we, how we write a good survey, how we use the feedback that we get from the public test realm, that sort of thing. It's going to be a fun conversation, but I'm going to need a community to run around and play the game with while we're talking. And specifically, there's a couple things that need to be true about that community. One thing, they probably shouldn't be in the nightmare zone because I just get killed in the nightmare zone, and I'll get so distracted. If I try to play the lion's share, I'll get so distracted I might not do a good job of interviewing. So Salt of the Earth, they are in the Dread Zone, I believe. Yeah, they're in Dread Combat, Green, everything else. So they're a much safer group to play with during an interview. So I'm going to hop in this car that I recently ordered. And I'm going to spend some time in this little place getting my characters ready so that they can run out there and screw around while I'm mostly focused on talking to Jonathan. Before I do that, though, before I get the characters ready, I think I'm going to run up here and talk to the bounty broker, because we've got the World War II pack. Oh gosh, I'm stuck. We've got the World War II pack, which includes some crafting bounties, which are much easier for this crew to complete than my nightmare communities, which have, a lot more restricted access to crafting resources. So I'm gonna head up here, talk to the bounty broker, try to complete any crafting related bounties that he has, and maybe we can spend a little bit of time trying to knock off a few easy things. Like, for instance, I made a mistake playing with the commune. Oh crap, this is. Oh, now I'm stuck behind a barrier. I made a mistake with the commune and accidentally threw my last grenade at a screamer that already had a grenade at its feet. And so I've got this bounty right now to kill 7 screamers with explosives, and I wasted all of my explosives in the commune. So maybe I'll want to grab some explosives, kill one more screamer. That might be worthwhile. But actually, maybe that's something I should save to do live on the official stream. Maybe I should just do the boring stuff. That's what my stream is for. My personal stream is for boring stuff, while the official stream is for all the exciting stuff. Hopefully that's not actually how it feels to you folks as an audience. Oh, so Casper just joined us. Hi, Casper. Good to see you. I think you're new, aren't you? Is this your first time in here? Or at least your first time chatting? If so, welcome. Also, welcome even if this is not your first time. Okay, let's talk about bounties. Let's hold on to this one. Bloaters with pistols, that feels worthwhile too. We could take that one off. Okay, so I think there might only be one crafting one. There's this crafting one. Yeah, I think none of the rest of these are crafting. So let's do this one. Craft 220 rounds or bolts. Well, that should be pretty easy. We've got the armory. I do like bullets. So I think crafting a bunch of the cheapest bullets is probably the best move. Wait, why do I have 146? Did I really collect that much ammo? What is up? How? How did I do that? I mean, I've got so much of it, I might as well just craft a little bit of everything until it tells me I'm done. Of course, actually, I think I've already beaten the requirement. There we are. Yeah. All right. So, we completed that bounty. Cool. Let's collect it. Okay, so now... Okay, yeah, so killing one more screamer with an explosive would be nice. Killing bloaters with pistols is good. And then Zombies with assault weapons is another good one to spend some time on. The bloaters with pistols is also... Oh, wait, no, that's what I've got already. Wait, no, what? Hold on. Bloaters with pistols for that one. Oh, wait, Juggernaut with heavy... This is bloaters. Okay, for some reason my brain got flipped around, and I thought I was looking at a different one. Okay, cool. So, I'm wondering, though... I've got a character with a revolver here. I wonder if maybe I should try to do some with the revolver one. Like, killing bloaters with pistols, that's... You know what? That's easy. I can do that in my sleep. Let's... Yeah, sitting here at Dread Combat, I wonder if I should actually try to kill a Juggernaut with a heavy weapon during the stream. No, you know, the point of the whole point of the stream is going to be trying to run a good interview. So I shouldn't screw around and try to get into the kind of trouble that really distracts me. So let's just go with zombies with assault weapons and plague Zeds with revolvers while crouched, which is silliness. And why? I don't know why we did that. Okay, so that means that... Okay, so this character has got... What has she got in her inventory here? She just grabbed this revolver that apparently I missed last time. Servari Razorback 44. And she's got this MP40. So actually, and she's also got... Oh, the Echo S10 revolver. That is the perfect revolver to be using for this because it's suppressed. So yeah, I guess let's switch her to the MP40 so that she's got an assault weapon. Let's head back home and get her all equipped. She's tired though, so I want to take her back home. Get her all equipped to be my main character while I'm streaming, but then let's, while I'm doing the official stream, but then let's switch characters and run around a little bit as somebody else so that she can get some rest and not be in trouble during the official stream. And then once I get home and I'm a little bit safer, oh, wait a minute. There wasn't a screamer with that group, was there? No, just regular old horde. I was about to say, like, if I do see a screamer, of course I am gonna go after that infestation during the official stream, so I can hold on to that. I don't need to kill a screamer with an explosive right this second. Oh, hey, another infestation. Oh no, same infestation. Cool. Well, let's definitely not go in there yet. Let's save that for the stream, for the official stream. This is obviously a stream. I keep devaluing my own stream in favor of the the official stream. That's okay. Things that you do for work, you got to try to do your best. So it's all right if you pour a little bit more into those than your hobbies. That's fine. Oh yeah, so the tank was wondering if the official stream is tonight. Yes, it is. If you're watching me live right now, it's about 2 hours until we start the official State of Decay 2 stream. So that's part of what I'm doing here is just getting prepared for that. How far am I away from home? There I am. The tank says, I keep missing those streams, but not today. Yep. Oh, it'll be great to have you there. Yeah, we used to do them more frequently, but, we've all got important work to do, and it turns out, we just didn't have enough, because we kind of slowed down the cadence at which we release updates. We didn't have enough new stuff to talk about on a regular enough basis to justify doing a stream every week when, we could use that time to get other stuff done. So we went down to every 2 weeks. Which is a pretty good cadence. Even then, as some of our updates take a little longer than we anticipate, even that sometimes, is a little bit much. We end up sort of having to make up topics for ourselves, which is fine. We do love the process of making up an excuse to talk to you all is actually fine. Like that's a good experience. Okay, let's grab do we have a suppressor lying around? These guys have so much stuff. Do we have... We got an okay suppressor here. We'll stick that on there. Okay, so we're suppressed across the board. Let's finish up filling our ammo. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's lots of ammo, and we've also got some explosives. Let's also give her some coffee in case she gets tired. And I think that's probably good. I guess I should probably give her like an energy drink or something too. There. So she's just going to be running around getting in trouble. Like, I'm not going to be trying to like pick up a whole bunch of exceptionally valuable resources or anything. So let's leave Yavera alone. Give her the chance to recover. And then what else can we do? You know what? I could just work on making a little bit more progress with this whole revolver thing. I mean, I'll do most of my revolver work on the official stream, but oh, wait, this guy, what has he got? He's got the King Vulture 44. I like that I like the King Vulture. He can have that, but let's have him switch to like the Safari. Where was the Safari that I just picked up? Was that it? Hunter's Viper. Oh, here it is, Safari. Let's grab the Safari 44, which has got a brake on it. And let's run around a little bit and get him into some trouble. Let me also give him a little bit of fire in case things get bad. A little bit of fire, a little bit of snacks. Let's run this guy around and just gank as many zombies with revolvers as he possibly can. But before I go out, let's catch up with the chat, because I think I've fallen a little bit behind with the chat. I'm going to leave the game unpaused so that Yavera can get enough rest while I catch up with what folks have been saying here. Don't mind the gunshots in the background as we talk. Let's see here. I'm scrolling back a little bit. Oh, interesting. So Cogs242 suggests, could we use the parking spots at non-claimed home sites as places to, like, basically claim vehicles from afar? Take a vehicle there and send it home. So right now, I think when you have not claimed a home site, I'm pretty sure that, like, the parking spots and stuff don't count as facilities. Like, the facility, the magical invisible facility that is there, I think is not there as long as it's not your base. And so I don't think that you'd have any additional advantages parking a car there as you would anywhere else in the world. And so I think that the idea of giving you the ability to sort of claim a vehicle and have someone teleport it to your house, that is a good idea, and that's something that we should do. But I don't know when we should do it, but we should do it. But I don't think that actually the home sites necessarily give us an advantage there. Unless, no, here's where they give us an advantage. They would give us an advantage in the UX department because, okay, if we set it up so that those parking spots were always active in some way, if we changed it so that those parking spots always existed, which might have some kind of cost to it, I'm not sure. I mean, it probably has some kind of cost. Everything has a cost in video games, but sometimes it's a small cost you don't worry about. So if that's not costly, and we can set up a way. What that does is it gives us the ability to basically, you drive a car up to it, and then we can give you an interaction in that one context that isn't there in most other places. So, like, when you encounter a car in the world and you're trying to get into it, you're running towards it, you want to get inside the door, having an option on that car that says, bring somebody, have one of your NPCs claim this car and teleport it home. Having an extra option there could be cluttery. It could get in the way and make it difficult for you to do the emergency type things you need to do with a vehicle in the field. But if there was just one particular location where that option was available and it wasn't available in other places, that could smooth that thing out. So it's like if you encounter a vehicle in the wild, you're like, I can just use this on an emergency basis. There's nothing cluttering up my UX. But if I move it to a new place, then I get a new option on it. That's a pretty decent idea there, Cogs. That actually comes together really well. So, I like that. You know what? I'm writing it down. Me writing it down does not mean it's going to happen. Just wanted to issue that disclaimer. But, yeah. Parking spots as teleport pads. I'm sure I'll remember what I meant when I wrote that. So yeah, I'll probably go to the existing idea card we have for being able to teleport cars home, and I'll just add that to it as an idea for how we could approach it whenever somebody gets around to it. So, okay, I'm glad I scrolled back to see that suggestion from Cogs. Steve0143 asks, will you tell us about Update 30? So we've already revealed pretty much everything that is everything important that's going into Update 30. We've got past videos on that. Anything that talks about Forever Communities, that's the Forever Communities update. So, you can go back to our old official State of Decay videos and see those. The main thing I'm going to talk about today on the stream is why we haven't released it to the public test realm yet. I've already mentioned that on our stream, on the stream that I've got right here. I think it's Commune Episode 2. I talk about that. But a lot more people watch the official State of Decay stream than watch my personal stream. So I'm also going to bring it up today on the official stream. One thing I need to do is stop leaning on my desk, because I notice, like, when I lean on my desk, I shake my monitors, and that causes the camera to jitter. I'm sure that's probably annoying for people watching the video. Let's see here. Oh, Aim to Please asks, any plans for new visual fireworks for the 4th of July? No, we've added so many fireworks to the game over time. I think we were not considering that to be a thing we were missing at this point. Also, Jimmy VR says, the MP40 is always on burst, but my survivors strangely use single shot. I think in general, because I could be wrong about this, but I think the way that it works under the hood, and I'm gonna run out and start, because I've been talking here for a while, I'm gonna run out and start getting into the game. I believe the way that it works is we consciously make your survivors, your like non-player characters at any given point, fire fairly infrequently, because their gunshots cost nothing, right? Like when you fire a gun, that costs ammo, but when they fire a gun, it doesn't cost anything at all, which is problematic, because a lot of people like to take advantage of that by basically giving really expensive and powerful guns to their NPCs. Is that a dead guy? And just letting them fire them willy-nilly for free. Wait, why is this not counting? Oh, Plague Zeds. I wasn't paying attention to the bounty. The bounty said Plague Zeds, not regular Zeds. So I need to go... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I probably can't. I probably can't kill Plague Zeds here, because I think I've killed all of the Plague Hearts in this map. Okay, so that's not going to work at all. Everybody walk through the fire. Okay. I had not registered that in my head, that of course that this bounty requires me to kill Plague Zeds, and I don't have any on this map. This map has already been wiped clean. I've got one little bit of Plague Heart remains over there, and that's it. So, okay. So either I'm going to have to, if I do want to use the Salt of the Earth to complete that bounty, I'm going to have to move them to a map that's got Plague Hearts, which isn't crazy. I've done that kind of thing before. I'm not going to do it right this second, because I want this, I want this place to be well developed and ready to go whenever we, start running the official stream today. But yeah, maybe these guys, or I think I did just also pick up that Echo revolver with the what are they called? With the lion's share, and so I could do it with them too. Though I do still like the idea of keeping them in stasis for a bit. All right, let me scroll down here. Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I think that, in general, we try to make the AI fire as infrequently as possible, so I would not be surprised if they, as a general rule... Hello, Bloater. If they, as a general rule, were trying to fire single shot when they could. Because that keeps them from sort of being OP, Like, if you're going to have people using magical ammo, then it probably makes sense to have them not do it quite as aggressively. All right. Let me scroll the chat down even further. Okay, yeah, so the Coalition says that, yeah, the MP40 only has full auto fire, but NPCs apparently do make single shots with it. The thing is, when something is set to full auto, you can make single shots with it. You just have to, like, you know, carefully feather the trigger. And so I think that's what they're saying that these characters are doing. They're just, like, they're not holding down the trigger on the gun. They're just making very light single pulls in order to pull off single shots. So it's not, they're not breaking the rules. You can do that with an MP40. I think that the audio we use is a little different, so that I think that the audio might sound like you're firing multiple shots even when you're firing one, because it just assumes that that's how full auto should work. I can't promise you exactly how that works, but yeah. All right, so yeah, I was just gonna, since I can't run around killing plague hearts, killing plague zombies with revolvers to try to get that achievement. Try to get that bounty. Literally, what is wrong with my vocabulary today? Seriously, I've been saying the wrong words for everything since I started streaming this morning. I was doing it with Patrick's Parabox. I'm doing it now. I feel like my brain is just scrambled. Like I just did not get enough sleep last night. My brain is scrambled. I really hope I'm coherent at all during the official stream today. I mean, I do tend to get a little bit of an adrenaline rush when I'm doing the official State of Decay 2 stream. And so hopefully that will counteract whatever's going on in my brain. And I'll be able to think, you know, clearly and say the right words. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to be a fun disaster today instead. The thing is, like, I appreciate the fact that the audience is just as amused when I'm an idiot on the air as they are when I'm, you know, competent. So I think that the stream will probably count as going well, no matter whether I can talk properly or not. But I still have a little bit of pride invested in being able to talk properly. Hey there, Arthur Morgan. Thanks for joining us. Good to have a new person in the chat. Oh, Cogs is pointing out that if we made the other parking spots active, we could also use them to teleport rucksacks home from afar. Cogs has got a whole elaborate plan going right now. I see what you're doing. You're suggesting using those inactive parking spots as a place to teleport vehicles home as a Trojan horse to get us to let you teleport rucksacks home. That's interesting. I mean, I guess you could do that. You could pull up in a vehicle with a bunch of rucksacks and then teleport it home. All right. Well, let's switch to my gun that actually has a suppressor on it so I don't get into huge trouble again. Pick up the stuff from this. Oh. We've got a feral around here somewhere. I don't hear it huffing and puffing at me yet, though, so I'm assuming it's not coming for me yet. Oh, really? Okay, so La Coalición is pointing out that apparently... So I was just assuming that whatever the MP40 was doing... you know, with people using single shot instead of full auto, I was assuming that that was just representative of all assault weapons. But La Coalición is saying that that's not true, that actually, apparently the MP40 is a weird special case. And the other, and actually NPCs are using full auto with other guns, and they're just not using it with the MP40. That's weird. I can't imagine why that would be the case. And where is this feral? I can't imagine why it would work that way. That is a very odd way for it to work, because I mean, we deliberately make our we build our weapons hierarchically. Basically, you know, each class of weapon has got sort of like a root version of itself that's like that all of the other versions of that weapon are based on. So like all of the weapons that are like revolvers, there's like a core default revolver that they all are variants of. And that's true of like all, like, you know, there's like a basic sniper rifle that all sniper rifles are derived from. And so it's weird for there to be one weapon that's got a weird exception like that doesn't work like the other weapons. Because that suggests that we would have had to have done something intentionally to it to make it different. But I don't know what that would have been. So I'm going to try to make some room so that I can just grab that last thing. Colison says that right now he's got some survivors using a Clio shotgun at full auto, and it's amazing. Okay, yeah, so that does seem like evidence that full auto works with NPCs, just not with the MP40. Well, that actually does seem like a thing that might be worth bugging. So next time I'm in a safer place. Here, let's drive this stuff home. Actually, we could probably drive it to an outpost. Let's go to this outpost. So yeah, next time I'm in a safe place, I should stop and write that up, because it's a minor bug, but it's the kind of thing that, you know, if it's that minor, somebody can probably figure it out and fix it too. I don't know. Maybe it'll be one of those weird bugs where, like, there's a minor bug that when you actually look into it, it reveals a spider web of additional problems. So it would be kind of funny if that's how we end up finding some other, like, really deep-seated issues with our game, is just this one really minor, weird bug with AI's use of one particular gun. All right, let's see here. So Arthur Morgan actually, okay, so he says that he is actually new to State of Decay. A lot of the people who come and follow me on Twitch are people who are already familiar with State of Decay and follow me specifically because they're interested in, they already play State of Decay and they want to get, like, you know, developer insights into it and stuff. But Arthur showed up just because he's curious about the game and he's never played it before. Yeah, so part of me is like, oh man, I should just really make a really good sales pitch for this game to you, but oh, I don't know how to do that anymore. I mean, this is the only game, the State of Decay franchise in general is the only thing I've worked on as a developer that I actually really, really wanted to play a lot in my own spare time. Usually, you know, a lot of the time when you're working on, you know, when you're working in the game industry, you know, you don't get to decide what you work on. You don't get to just work on something because you like it. You got to work on what you're assigned to work on, and there's limits to, you know, to how much you can choose what to do. If you're, you know, an indie developer, you do get to work on stuff that you're interested in. You get to work on whatever you want, but then you've got to worry about all of the business constraints of, like, oh no, is this actually a good idea? Will this sell? My entire income depends on this being successful. That's a level of risk that not everyone wants to take on. I certainly, you know, as, like, a father of four, I feel like I can't take a lot of huge risks with my income. So I don't do that. I am not an indie developer. I don't really have much of an intent of being an indie developer unless I somehow magically become independently wealthy, which I don't see in the cards anytime soon. I guess I'll go up here and just scavenge some stuff. So yeah, so I feel like incredibly lucky that I get to work on this game that, you know, that basically, this is exactly the kind of game that I love to play. So I do play a lot of, like, I like to play a lot of open-ended creative games where I, as a player, kind of decide what direction I want to go, what I want to do, what I want to build. Like, I really like that kind of experience in a lot of ways. I like games that are highly replayable, games where I can sort of just learn how the game works, and I can keep playing it endlessly, getting better and better at it without ever feeling like I've run out of game. That's something I really like to do too. And State of Decay 2 is I mean, partly because I helped design it, it is, like, exactly dead center that kind of game. It's of this open world game where you kind of can, I mean, we put some constraints on you, like, you've got things your community needs. You've got stuff that you've got to accomplish, but you decide which things are your top priorities. You decide how you want to go about it. And there's just a lot of free roaming openness to the game. You kind of run around and do whatever you want in this zombie apocalypse. And, you know, there are sort of endings and goals you can achieve to, like, unlock, you know, major rewards and stuff like that, and just bragging rights of having gotten stuff done. But none of it is like, I mean, but none of it makes the game less replayable. Like, you know, it's all, you know, if you enjoy running around in this apocalypse, you can keep running around in this apocalypse endlessly. And nothing's, you know, there's nothing that is saying, like, oh, well, you're done. Like, you're never really done with this game, which yeah, again, makes it exactly the kind of game that I love to play. So if that's your kind of thing, Arthur, then this might very well be the kind of game you'd be interested in, especially, you know, if you've got Game Pass. This game is no additional charge on Game Pass. So Steva143 wants to know what other games I have worked on. That's a less exciting story. So before I worked on State of Decay 2, before I worked on State of Decay in general, like I joined the State of Decay team. Let me just put something, I don't know, like that in there. Before I joined the State of Decay team, I was working in the mobile industry, and before then I was working in the work for hire, make a game based on a kids movie industry. And so those games that I worked on are a little less prestigious than State of Decay. State of Decay was kind of my big break as far as getting to do something that was like really exciting and fulfilling in my career. And so I've actually got like a stack of all of the old games that I worked on back there. I worked on Samurai Jack: The Shadow of Aku on PlayStation 2 and GameCube and Xbox. I worked on the Shark Tale game for PC. I worked on The Sims 2 on PSP. I did a lot of PSP games back when the PSP was a thing. That was actually probably the middle part of my career, or like the early part of my career was mostly working on PSP games. And they were all based on properties we didn't own. I worked on the Sims game, Aragon, Over the Hedge, Indiana Jones. I worked on a Wii game for X-Men Origins Wolverine. There was actually a pretty decent console game that was made for Wolverine around that era. Mine was not that. Mine was the Wii game based on the movie, which was a little bit less exciting. I did a game based on Where the Wild Things Are. And I did Kung Fu Panda 2 for consoles, which was probably one of the most nightmarish projects I've ever been on. I basically missed the first 6 months of Calliope's life because I was crunching on this project that never had any chance of being any good, which was just demoralizing. So I was really happy, actually, at that point when the studio that I worked for was bought by a mobile company, and we switched over to working on mobile games because, however, limited and small some of those games could be, I mean, we weren't under the same kinds of licensing constraints that we were under when we were working on those movie games. Games that are based on movies and TV shows and stuff like that, because those movie games, they always had really, really small budgets, but a lot of very exacting expectations for what exactly had to happen in the game. Whereas with those mobile games, they had low budgets too, but we were in charge of what went into them. Like, we could actually decide what we thought was worth putting in the game and what wasn't. And so having that kind of freedom means that you can sort of scale the game down however you need to, release new features in whatever order makes sense in order to make a game that you're proud of. And that was a totally different world for me than being in sort of the licensed movie game business, where the game had to come out on the same date as the movie, and it had to have certain features that were sort of agreed upon amongst all the people involved. And there just wasn't a lot of flexibility to say, like, oh no, we'll release a little bit later when the game is ready, or we'll release that in an update. We'll do some of the features now, and then we'll release some features later in an update because that's what we can afford to do. None of those were real options when I was working in sort of the work for hire industry, and so yes, it was like a huge breath of fresh air to switch to mobile. I loved the switch to mobile. And honestly, like, a lot of the same benefits that I got out of switching to mobile are the benefits that I have now working on State of Decay, the State of Decay franchise. Because, State of Decay 2 actually does give us the freedom to sort of like, to work at our own pace, decide which features go in which order. And we're just, this post-release period of State of Decay 2 has been amazing that way, in terms of just like freedom and having just a lot of creative control over, exactly what we want to prioritize and how we want to get it done. And then State of Decay 3, we're taking the time to get that game right. And so that's another area where we got a lot more freedom and control over the final product than I ever had early on in my career. So so this has been a boon to my career, which is, I don't really even talk about those old games I used to work on. It's almost like, because I've spent half of my career now pretty much at Undead Labs. Not quite. I was 11 years before Undead Labs and 9 years since. But I'm getting real close to having it be half my career. And honestly, like, it's been the best. It's been the best half. So not much of a desire to go back and do anything else. Of course, that old licensed game industry barely exists anymore. I mean, there are games and things that are based on movie licenses, but they tend to be the bigger, more flexible movie license things, like Star Wars gets a bunch of video games. But a lot of the video games get to stand on their own. They're not like, oh, there's a Star Wars movie coming out, and so we have to make a game based on that movie specifically, and it has to come out at a certain time. People are like, no, Star Wars, it's almost like they treat video games almost like the TV shows that come out on streaming services, right? Where they're like, oh yeah, let's fill in some of the blanks. Let's do interesting, weird stuff over here, while the movies carry sort of the main body of the franchise. They treat the games like that now, which gives the games a lot more freedom to try to be good, whereas like before, when the game was just basically like, it was almost like it was just a piece of merchandising. It was like the toys or the Happy, like where people treated the video games like they were the Happy Meal toys. It was just a very, very different world. Hello, zombie. Oh no, we're losing resources. All right. Set these dudes on fire. Oh gosh, what the heck? Ah, I almost tackled that guy. Okay, come here. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. So I am running low on time. Oh, good. We have more infestations. I am running a little bit low on time, so I think I'm going to head back now. Because so my next meeting is in about half an hour, but there's a few more things I want to do before that meeting kicks off. So I should probably wrap this up. So I'll get home. I'll make sure that, that Yavera's in good shape. That she's ready to be my main character. And then I think we'll wrap this up. I think since I was answering a couple of questions elaborately, I've missed a ton of stuff in the chat too. So I'll go and review the chat again once I get back home to see what else I missed. Wait a minute, what? Which is the right way to go? Oh, I am going the right way, okay. But State of Decay tradition. Luckily, this is State of Decay 2, where it's not a game-ending disaster if you flip a car. Unlike State of Decay 1, which is full of jumps, and if you didn't take them just right, that car was gone forever. Which, might be more realistic, but it's less fun. So Coalition is suggesting that one thing I might want to do is wait for the sun to rise, so that it can be daytime during the stream. That is a good idea, Coalition. So maybe we can sit here and answer questions in the chat while the sun rises. Presuming that doesn't take too long. I think it has been night for most of this stream, hasn't it? Oh, wait. So it probably won't take forever. Because again, like I've got stuff I need to get done. I need to, for instance, reset up the lighting and the green screen in my room. Oh, look at that. Oh, excuse me, sir. Haha. Haven device for the win. Yeah, we got no room for anything. All right. So let's drop this guy's stuff off that he doesn't need. But let's stay him for a little while we wait for the sun to come up. And also while we wait for Yavera to get more rest. We really want her to be in top form. Oh, so Yavera just ate too much. That's great. So actually, I should check and see. Okay, I've got way, way, way more ammo than I can hold on to. I've got also way more materials, a little bit more fuel. So let's try to do something about that. Let's make some thermite grenades, which will take some of that pressure off. Let's also make a bunch more bullets. Let's make some 40 millimeter grenades. Let's make some 50 cal. Let's make some more 50 cal, because why not? We've got ammo to burn. 44 Magnum, more 44 Magnum, a bunch of 22. Yeah, 45, why not? 5, 5, 6. Let's make a little bit of everything. And then... Actually, let's see. What is... Oh, we've got the improvised weapon station, which uses materials. Yeah, let's make a masterwork assault rifle. I don't know if my team has one of those. But now, if we did, we've got 2. Because I did have a little bit too much materials, too. So making one of each of these weapons is probably okay. And then... a little bit of C4 wouldn't be bad. Oh, wait, no. C4 doesn't use ammo. That's right. C4 uses the rarer, weirder chemicals. So if I want to use a bunch of ammo... Oh, actually, yeah, I think I should probably still use the armory, right? Because it can make regular grenades. Yes, grenades. Those are powerful. Let's do that. And some napalm. Sure. Why not? I mean, these grenades are going to be good specifically at taking out screamers. So having as many of them as possible sounds good. We're down to 104. We still have too much ammo. Did this just all come from the plague hearts? This must have all come from the plague hearts when I was just wiping them out like crazy. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm trying to get this thing down to 85. We're so close. Okay, just one more. Nope, 2 more. There we go. We're below 85. We're no longer wasteful on ammo. We still got too many materials, but whatever. Do we have like a CNC mill or anything like that? Probably not. I guess, rather than waste those materials, let's just turn them all into parts. Was it 85? Was that my limit? Oh, 45 is my limit? What? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, this costs materials. Let's upgrade that. Are all of the rest of these level 3? I guess they are. You know what? I'm not going to waste that many more materials. We got tons and tons of parts. We're fine. Anyway, I said that I was going to come in here and catch up with the chat. So maybe I should try to do that instead of just screwing around with my resources. Oh, hey, it's morning. So I'll wait a little bit longer for the sun to come up. But yeah, that's great. Oh, so Arthur Morgan says that actually I was just randomly suggested to him by Twitch. Well, cool. I didn't know that Twitch was actually like just sort of putting me in front of people. That's actually kind of cool to hear. The Tank says, I wish I got video games as Happy Meal toys. Yeah, totally. Oh, so La Coalición says that he's actually taught players to read the shadows in the world to tell what time it is in the game. So yeah, so we have failed to give players a clock, which is just it's an egregious failure, one that we ought to correct. Again, saying the wrong words. I don't know what my deal is. But that's interesting that you can like get people to, because yeah, that totally works. I mean, our sun does move across the sky, and it does make. Of course, you can't see shadows right now because it's kind of misty. But when there is sort of brighter sun and stronger shadows in the ground, you totally could look at the shadows to figure out what time it is. That's pretty clever, actually. Part of me almost wants to treat it like that's a feature. Like, oh yeah, it's the apocalypse. You got to learn how to read shadows if you want to know what time it is. Might be a little excessive, but there you go. Oh, yeah, so Mr. XX Series X wants to know when the official stream is. The official stream is going to be at 3 o'clock Pacific time today. That is in an hour and a half, which is making me nervous. I should really quit and get ready for it. But yeah, so we try to do it every other Monday, usually the first and third Mondays of the month at 3 o'clock. Though that's infrequent enough that actually, like, we do sometimes have to move a date for various reasons, either to coincide with some kind of event or get out of the way of of like a holiday or something like that. So we don't always do it religiously on those times. And back when we streamed more often, those little minor scheduling hiccups didn't feel like as big a deal. Now that we only do 2 official streams a week, it does mean that like it almost feels like half of them are at weird times now. So people really do have to pay attention to our social media and to the schedules that we post to figure out when the stream is going to be. So people ask me when the stream is going to be all the time because it's not extremely consistent. But yeah, it is going to be today in about an hour and a half. So yeah, there you go. Huh. Oh, so Dingus Chief wants to know, is there a bug with the noise level in the base? It often shows as blank or empty, even though there are multiple loud activities, along with the other survivors commenting on the noise. It's entirely possible there could be a bug with it. I mean, the thing is, part of the Infestations update is that when he's talking about the noise level, he's talking about down here. Oh yeah, it does say silent, doesn't it? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this is a bug that crept in because we've got a partially implemented infestation update. This is because basically, so in the big infestation update that's coming probably as update 31, they split the idea of the noise level and the threat level at the base into two different things. And I think they might have accidentally had the noise level be what shows up in the current live game when it's the threat level that determines whether sieges happen. I could see that being the case, but so right now I'm down at silent for noise level because I believe the Haven device takes it down all the way. The Haven device causes there to be no sieges, which means that's why I have no matter what, I'm going to have no noise because I've got a Haven device. So I can't test this theory out, but I'm going to raise that with folks on the State of Decay 2 team because it's entirely possible that we're showing the wrong thing right now, and that could be a bug. I'm gonna make a note of that. Noise level in live game. Okay, cool. I've got that. And I think that's probably going to have to be the last thing we do because I do have to get ready for the official stream. Thank you all for hanging out with me. This has been a lot of fun for me. Again, I'm going to let the sun come up just a little bit more while we talk. Let them fire a few more magical bullets. Coalition says, did I accidentally say 2 streams a week instead of 2 streams a month earlier? Sorry about that if I did, Coalition. I meant to say 2 streams a month or a stream every 2 weeks. That's what I was trying to say. So if I got that wrong, sorry. Again, for some reason my brain is scrambled right now and I'm not doing a great job of finding words. I hope that I'm able to pull off the actual official stream that we do and I'm not just stumbling over myself while I do that because that would be tragic. Let's see here. So Awesome Twitch Dude wants to know if Forever Communities are coming to the PTR soon. They are coming soon. I can't tell you exactly when, because last time I did, I was wrong. So, and I'm going to address that today on the official stream. So with that as my subject, let's get out of here. There is I think a gunshot just coincided with my snap. There's the subscribe button. Here's a link to the next Salt of the Earth video whenever I make that. And yeah, there you go. Maybe I'll put a link to the official stream there, the one that I've been preparing for.